to my channel. My name is Kate, and today we are doing a sort of round of which book would I save the ultimate, and eventually find the ultimate book that I would save in a fire or book series, because for like some of these are series that I would save, like Rick Riordan, in the books I've read by Rick Riordan. I haven't included any of the books, like the series I haven't finished or even started of Rick Riordan in here. So Rick Riordan only has 3 in here, and that's Percy Jackson, Hero of Olympus, and King Chronicles. And then we have books like Pride and Prejudice, To Kill a Mockingbird, Toni Morrison's in here. So there's 16 books in total. So we're going to start off first with, 8 rounds with 2 books each and deciding, and then we'll break it down until we have 2 books, and those are the ultimate 2 books, and I have to choose between those 2 and come up with the ultimate one. I have a feeling Rick Riordan is going to win, but let's see. Alright. I have my Super Luck. See? Supernatural. Doctor Who is Doctor Who. It says L on C. And then Sherlock. It says IOU with an apple. Okay. So if we know anything about me, it's probably going to be Percy Jackson that's going to end up. But we'll see. Okay. First roll. Okay, first one is To Kill a Mockingbird, which is one of my all-time favorite classics. I love To Kill a Mockingbird a lot. Okay. This one. Should I put my cup up here? Choose this one. Okay. Which one is this? And Then There Were None, which is one of my all-time favorite mystery novels. Oh shoot! So we have classic mystery versus a classic Southern novel that's taught in schools. I think To Kill a Mockingbird has its problems. And Then There Were None also had its problems. Oh man, I don't know. This is so difficult. Now I gotta choose. If I was to save one of these in a burning fire, which one would I choose? Then There Were None or To Kill a Mockingbird? Oh man, I don't know. Oh, this is difficult. Okay, I'm gonna have to make hard choices. I really enjoyed Then There Were None. I think the ending to Then There Were None, I think it's super clever. The entire thing's clever, unlike Murder on the Orient Express. To Kill a Mockingbird, I really, really enjoyed too. I think it's one of the better classics. I'm gonna go with To Kill a Mockingbird, because To Kill a Mockingbird doesn't have as many problems as Then There Were None does, and I think in a way it has an important story to tell. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm just glad that might come up against Toni Morrison in here. Oh goodness. Okay. That'd be scary. Okay. Choose this one. Okay. I choose this one. What is it? Percy Jackson. There we go. There's Percy Jackson. Oh no. Pretty much anything that's going to go up against Percy Jackson's going to lose. Probably. This one. What is it? Vampire Stalker. Alright. So this is a childhood favorite. Obviously, I'm going to say Percy Jackson. That was not a difficult choice at all. Sorry, Vampire Stalker. It's literally saying right there. It was a book that I really enjoyed. It's not a known book. It's about a girl who, her favorite fictional character comes to life. And then the villain comes to her world. And then the villain also shows up. So, problems. Problems ensue. Here we go. This one. Alright, what is it? The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games versus... That's the series. We're going with the series for that one. Versus... This one? This one. A Darker Shade of Magic. I'm gonna go with Darker Shade of Magic. I really enjoyed both of them, but I really enjoy Darker Shade of Magic just a little bit more. That was like hot tea right there. Thinking that Darker Shade of Magic is better than the Hunger Games. Hot tea. Okay. Oh my goodness. I just really enjoy everything about A Darker Shade of Magic, and I haven't even finished the series. But I think I enjoyed it a lot more than the Hunger Games. Hot tea. Well, the Hunger Games got voted out first. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's this one. If I could get it out. Mercy. That's Toni Morrison. Alright. Mercy versus... Oh, shoot. 2 Rick Riordan series in here. Okay. Oof. I'm gonna have to do some soul searching. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's Radio Silence. Oh no. So do I go with a book that has great LGBT plus representation? Or do I go with a modern classic? Oh no. Oh no! No! Good rep versus good rep. Oh no! Oh. I don't want to vote out Toni Morrison. Oh no! No! I don't want to. I'd say both. I really enjoyed it, and I really think this is a good story, and it's good representation. And then this is also... I'm gonna have to go with Radio Silence. I really thought... I wanna go with Radio Silence. Because... Oh, shoot. Because Radio Silence... I think I just enjoyed the story of Radio Silence more than Mercy. Oh no! No! Because I think a wider audience, because there's a lot of stuff in Mercy that could potentially trigger people, and it's not for everyone. It's not for the faint of heart. It's a really difficult story to get through. And, man, I'm gonna go with Radio Silence. I think a lot more people can read Radio Silence because it's not as triggering as Mercy. Oh, shoot. Oh. That was my only Toni Morrison because I don't really I didn't really read Beloved. I really should have, but I didn't. I kind of I need to read it. I was not in a good place my senior year, basically, of college. So, when I was supposed to read it. This one. Okay. I'm choosing this one. This one. I don't know what this is. Alright. Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. That's just the first book. Shadow and Bone versus The Kane Chronicles. It's such an underrated series. It's so good. And I think there's just good representation of like a bunch of different things in the Kane Chronicles. So there's that. Okay. Oh, we all knew that was gonna. Alright. Heroes of Olympus is still in here. Pride and Prejudice is still in here. I don't know what else is in here. Eleanor and Gray. Eleanor and Gray, which is a romance novel that really surprised me. Eleanor and Gray. Is it going to be Pride and Prejudice versus Eleanor and Gray? That'd be kind of funny. Let's see. It is. It's Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice. I really enjoyed Pride and Prejudice when I read it. Sorry, Eleanor and Gray. You can't beat a classic. Okay. Oh, no, there's 4 more in here. Sorry. We haven't completely made it through here. Okay. Choose this one. Okay. What is it? Skyward. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Oh, no. Elantris is in here, too. Oh, no. Are you going to make... Is this mug really going to make me choose between Elantris and Skyward? Please. No. Please, no. Okay, what's this one? This one. Oh, no. I didn't play this! It's Elantris! I did not plan this! It looks like I planned this, but I didn't! Oh my gosh! Skyward versus Elantris! I'm gonna... Okay. I'm gonna go with Elantris. Oh, I'm sorry, Skyward, I'm sorry. Oh, I think I enjoy fantasy just a little bit more. Why am I shuffling like there's not just 2 in here? Okay. One of these is Heroes of Olympus. The other one I don't remember. Oh, The Shining. The Shining versus, obviously, Heroes of Olympus. Yeah, Heroes of Olympus. Heroes of Olympus wins. I threw that in just because I really enjoy. Oh my gosh. That first round was rough. Alright, let's put everything back. Let's pick our top 2. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, It is Heroes of Olympus versus this one. Radio Silence. Honestly, this is okay. So this isn't a romance novel. It's not, but it's a contemporary, and I enjoy my romance novels or my contemporary. I enjoy fantasy a lot more than I enjoy contemporary. There's just something about putting yourself in a very completely different world than our own, even though Percy Jackson is more urban fantasy than it's low fantasy. I think I would consider Percy Jackson, and because it's all set in our world, technically I think it's technically also low fantasy. But I could sit and reread the Heroes of Olympus series forever. I really could. So I think Heroes of Olympus is going to be Radio Silence. So this really came down to like if Rick Riordan was going to go against Rick Riordan. So Percy Jackson, we all knew where this was headed, versus Elantris. Oh shoot. Okay, so it's sitting here, and you're thinking, because I love Percy Jackson, I love Rick Riordan. It comes down to what your preferences are when it comes to Percy Jackson or when's middle grade, when's adult. I feel in my heart of hearts, I don't know. Now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what should I really enjoy more? Oh shoot. I really thought I was going to come in here and be like, oh yeah, Percy Jackson's going to the final. But now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, is it more nostalgia about Percy Jackson that I enjoy? Or, because Elantris is pretty fresh on my mind. First time reading it and enjoying Brandon Sanderson a lot. If anything was going to be Elantris, it was going to be Percy Jackson. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, what about each I didn't like? I didn't like how the ending felt very rushed for Elantris. The ending felt very, 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 very rushed. We're talking about Percy Jackson, and I'm actually like sitting here. I'm like, what, rereadability. I've definitely reread Percy Jackson. Elantris, I would have to sit down for long periods of time and put a ton of time into rereading it. I have to set time aside for if I was winning. This is a lot easier to get through. This is a lot easier to understand, and the accessibility of Percy Jackson is phenomenal, and anything after Percy Jackson is also phenomenal. And Percy Jackson just sets the bar for disability rep, and talking about, then later on we have, LGBTQI plus characters, and we have one of the greatest ones of all time, and I don't want to spoil the ending for it, but Luke and his story is pretty dang good, I think, in my opinion. The reasons for a lot of what happened, besides Cronus just being this kind of evil, really, really evil dude, but the human villains of this story have a lot of reasons for what they're doing, and the gods that are doing what they're doing have very reasonable reasons for what they're doing in this series. Like, you can understand why they're doing it. And you can sympathize with Luke the most, because we see Luke the most, and he's kind of the main villain, but we understand and we feel bad, and we want to, and you just want to save Luke from everything. So I think Percy Jackson, I think with Elantris, it almost feels cut and dry. Here is the villains of the story, and yes, we have some reasons for what they're doing, but and even like Hrathen, who you might consider a villain of the book, but he's like the best of the worst of everything going on. But and then we get a little bit of why Dilaf is doing what he's doing, but everybody else doesn't really have a reason for what they're doing, other than it's for their faith that they're being hypocrites of in the first place. So the extremists, I'm not one to condone extremism like that in faith, especially looking at their work, what their religion, their holy book, whether it be the Bible or if it's the Torah or the Quran, of holy faith, but yeah, so we are to our final two. So we got Percy Jackson versus Heroes of Olympus. Alright. Pros and cons. The writing is much better in Heroes of Olympus. The stories got darker, and I think the representation of people groups got more expansive in the Heroes of Olympus series versus the Percy Jackson series. But it's also a product of its time, where it was less accepted in Percy Jackson versus Heroes of Olympus. But there's Aesop, and the most we get is this kind of mention of like ace, being an ace in Percy Jackson versus characters that we might have known as LGBT in Heroes of Olympus. But Rick Riordan has come out and said, if it's your interpretation, I have put the words on the paper, now it's your interpretation of what it is. So if you want to say that Percy's bi, and you can look at the text and give examples of why you think he's bi, that's perfectly okay. I can't tell you what to think. I'm not going to tell you what to think, because it's your interpretation of what I wrote. I can just tell you what I wrote, not necessarily his interpretation, except for when like characters like Nico, who come out as gay and has a boyfriend, and later on in the series, and I really enjoyed Heroes of Olympus, except for Octavian. The first two books, though, I feel are kind of weak. Things don't really pick up until the third book, and when everybody like comes together, and it's just a big thing. They come together, and they finally, all 7 of them, 8 of them, kind of technically, Nico joins, move on and go on their quest to whatever they're doing in that book. And you could argue some books in Percy Jackson are not as good as the others. I really think I'm gonna put Heroes of Olympus down and go ahead and say Percy Jackson is the all-time winner of this group. Was anybody really surprised? No. I sat there and thought about Elantris for a while. It was like, oh shoot. So Elantris, like, I was having a mid-video crisis. You know? Yeah. So that's my versus video. I hope you enjoyed. Round 2. Everything's back in here. Let's go. This one? This one. Okay. So we got Percy Jackson again versus, this might take out another Rick Riordan. Here we go. This one. Percy Jackson versus, it is the Kane Chronicles. Sorry, Kane Chronicles. I don't think literally anything could really take down Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson's just too good. It's too good. Alright. Percy Jackson. One Rick Riordan down. Here we go. It's not going to be Rick Riordan's showdown. Well, it might. Who knows? Okay. This one. Radio Silence. Oh, I already put it with the wind pile, but I doubt it's going to go in the wind pile. Well, who knows? It beat Toni Morrison. So, what is it? To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm thinking about readability when I'm looking at these most of the time. What would I rather reread? Radio Silence or To Kill a Mockingbird? I haven't read To Kill a Mockingbird in a while. I really enjoy the fandom kind of aspect of Radio Silence. I'm that kind of person. I like fan culture. I am steeped in fan culture, so I think I'm gonna go with Radio Silence on that one. Sorry, To Kill a Mockingbird. Alright. I have a feeling it's gonna come down to Radio Silence and Percy Jackson. Alright. First one of this time. Elantris versus what is this? A Darker Shade of Magic. I'm going to say Elantris because I think Elantris is a much better fantasy novel. It's longer, and well, I think the characters are a lot better, a lot of higher stakes. Brandon Sanderson has this way, I've talked about this book, and Skyward as well, that he has a way of making these villains have this really reasonable reasons for what they're doing. And I really enjoy that about Brandon Sanderson. So, the last two are Pride and Prejudice versus, this is gonna be, it's Heroes of Olympus, ain't it? That's what it is. Yeah, Heroes of Olympus. Heroes of Olympus, just because I'm not a huge romance person, and even though I absolutely adore Pride and Prejudice, I think it's a great novel, I'd rather have my fantasy. So, alright, everything's going back in. Here we go.